Hello fellow geeks and welcome to another episode of Nerd U. I came across this meme lately that had the text, "You can only save one." And there was a collage of Fred, Dobby, Sirius Black, Dumbledore, Cedric, Mad-Eye Moody, Hedwig, Lupin, and Snape. Now this was posted on social media and the comments I saw were mostly either Dobby, because so many people get torn up at that gut-wrenchingly emotional part of the story, taking a dagger for Harry. And then I saw several that mentioned Hedwig, which is, sorry, that's ridiculous because she's an owl. Yeah, I said it. Go ahead, animal lovers, and tear me apart. Hey, I cried when my cat died, but I think I'd be a little more upset if I lost my witty ginger twin brother. Anyway, for me, the answer was clear, and I didn't take more than a fraction of a second to know the answer. Professor Severus Snape. Let me explain by taking a look at his timeline. From what we know, young Severus had an awful childhood, and that's putting it lightly. He had an abusive father who hated both him and his powers, and a mother who was unable to find the strength to do much of anything about it. If you don't see that as heartbreaking, you have no soul. The one thing he believed made him special was what he was told by his father made him a freak. Now let's flash forward to Hogwarts. A childhood like that is going to leave you with anger and paranoia bottled up inside. At school, he was awkward and picked on. Once again, he was being looked down on. And to make his teen years even worse, the only bright spot, Lily, the only example of love in his life, was unrequited. Not surprisingly, that anger and emptiness drives him towards the charisma and darkness of Tom Riddle and his Death Eaters. Then, of course, he makes the worst mistake of his life, giving Voldemort the information that leads to Lily's death. Now he has to spend the rest of his life racked with guilt after destroying the one thing he ever cared about. As he tries to make amends with Dumbledore, he has to do so in secrecy. He devotes the rest of his life working towards redemption, but having to live close to evil and being suspected by everyone around him. The point that I'm making is that Severus Snape spent his entire life in pain, suffering from rejection, being hated, living with crippling guilt. But as we on the outside know, he wanted to earn forgiveness. He wanted to be a better person. But inside the pages, no one other than Dumbledore ever knew anything good about him until the day he died. Had Severus lived just one more day after the Battle of Hogwarts, people could finally have found out who he truly was. He could have experienced forgiveness. He could have known what it feels like to be loved for the first time in his life. And that's why Severus Snape is the only right answer to that question, who you would save. Although the rest of the gang met tragic deaths, each one lived a warm life amongst friends and loved ones. Well, I don't know about you, but I've got something in my eye and I need a break. So who would you save? If you have a different argument, hit me up on Twitter or comment below or even join the Facebook group and let me know what you're thinking. And please, 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 if you like what we're doing and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button down below and give us a like and check out the other videos on the channel. Until then, I will see you next time, nerds.
Please hang up and try again.